Welcome to ShadowMeTarot. I've got a few new decks here. This one I'm really excited about. I've wanted it for a while, but I always buy something else and I forget about this one. But I have wanted this one for a while. I think this is the one. Ooh, it is this one. I've seen other readers online use this, but I just really think it's pretty. So just, just basic little rainbow heart, tarot bag and stuff. And let's go ahead and open it up. This is the third edition by Rachel Rosenkoetter. Looks like it was published in 2020. Rainbow Heart Tarot. It just, that's it. It just doesn't say really anything. No little book back cover or anything like that, which is fine. All right. So the box so far is nice. Good quality box. Hard corners here. Silver gilded edges. That's pretty good size if you ask me, in terms of a tarot deck. Silver gilded edges. All right, here's the book. The book is not special. It is itty bitty. It's magazine quality paper. I'll give them that. Let's see. And we've got, this just talks about how they got support to publish the deck. Then it's got the definitions. The cards are in full color. I'm going to just skip to the back here. All right, and I'm disappointed there's no spreads in this, but, no big deal. What's nice is that there's very easy, short meanings for each individual card is great for somebody who's just learning this. So I think that in terms of that, this is actually a very useful book. When you have short, concise, definitions, and sometimes it's easier. This looks like it kind of covers everything. So let's look at the art. Let's look at the artwork. Alrighty. I don't want to scrape these pretty edges. Sometimes I'm afraid to buy stuff off of Etsy because if I don't like it, I can't return it. Whereas Amazon, if I don't like it, it goes back. It goes back. All right, so this is the Rainbow Heart Tarot, and this is the Rider-Waite deck. So you can see that it's a lot larger and a lot thicker. Like this is my regular tarot deck, and this is like a lot bigger. Okay. And that is a pretty back of the card, if you ask me. I don't know. I like it. It's very Homer Simpson. It's very Simpsons. Okay, look, I love that they kept the hero's journey with the mountains in the background. We've got nice bright sunshine. We've got our little loyal dog jumping into the whole of the universe. So how fun is this? All right, and then we have the Magician. We can zoom in a little bit more, right? Get some good quality images up here. I don't care about the other Magician as much. Okay, here we go. So now we have the High Priestess. Maybe I'll zoom out just a little bit. There we go. I love that she's wearing a veil. I love that there's an owl. They kept the pomegranate. I looked that up. I know what it means when I looked it up, and now I don't remember. Here's the Empress. Oopsies. And the Emperor. The Hierophant. He looks like one of the the wise men from the... Oopsies. And we have the Lovers. The Chariot. Strength. She looks like she's offering her neck to that lion. Eat me. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice. Okay, I gotta take these bracelets off. They're driving me nuts. They're just clanking together and it's killing me. Oh, that feels so much better. All right, the Hanged Man. Death. Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. Looks like a vagina. That is a vagina. I guess this is the divine feminine, which is true about the moon. All right. The Sun. Judgment. The World. Ace of Wands. Oh no! It's out of order. I had another deck that I did an unboxing for, and everything was backwards from the normal. So hopefully this is the same as normal, and it just goes Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles. So we go Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Four of Wands, Five of Wands, Six of Wands, ooh, Seven of Wands, rising from the ashes, the Phoenix. I always look at this as a leadership card, but rising above, yeah, heck yeah. I like that as a meaning. Eight of Wands, coming at you quick. Nine of Wands. She's very protected by her flowers. And less barrier-like because her hair kind of goes through those boundaries. So I feel like she has more healthy boundaries than our Wounded Warrior in the Rider-Waite deck. But this card always, this is always boundaries for me. Ten of Wands. He is genuinely overloaded. Page of Wands. Page is usually very curious and getting into trouble, so it makes sense that they would be looking at snakes, right? Knight of Wands, passionate knight. Queen of Wands. All right, so I am noticing that on her cloak here, there is a little lion, and for the very first time in all of my years, we'll just say that, all of my years, there is actually a pendant of a lion. I think it's a lion or a tiger. It's probably a lion. On her cloak. So thank you for that call out. I appreciate that. Miss Rachel Rosencoeter, which is the name of the author for this deck. All right, Queen of Wands. She can transform and grow anything. She's a businesswoman for sure. All right, King of Wands. He has the power of transformation. See, I look at this. He has infinite possibilities for transformation. And Yeah, I'm really liking this deck, actually. I'm kind of connecting to it pretty well. Better than I expected to, quite honestly. That's very cool. That's very cool. It's almost like letting your light shine from within. If this vessel here is, you know, how we are contained, and there's this beautiful, peaceful dove and a bright sun. Oh no, I like this. I'm digging in this deck. I love this card. Already love this card. Oh, I've wanted this deck for such a long time. It's so pretty. Three of Cups. You know, I would say that this one is more apathetic and depressed here than, well, maybe not as depressed as that. That's pretty depressed. But I was thinking this is kind of like, yeah, this is how you get before you go into the hole of depression, right? You kind of stop caring about the world, stop appreciating what you have, and then you go into the depths of despair. You got our Five of Cups. She's really sad, man. She just not even happy about the 2 cups she's got left. She's super sad. All right, 6 of Cups. Aww. Innocence, youthful, sharing, giving. 7 of Cups. All your wishes. Beauty. Well, mushrooms. Heck yeah, I want some mushrooms. Usually it's like jewels. Here's the house or the castle, right? This one's got the garden that grows. All right, so these are all their wishes. 8 of Cups, walking away. 9 of Cups. I really identify with this picture a whole lot more than this picture. And this reminds me kind of on some level of the Magician, the 9 of Cups here. And the reason I say that is because she's using all of these cups. They are all full. We know that they're all full from over here. And they're all floating in the water. And she's floating in the water. And we've got this, and water is emotion, right? I feel like she is filling herself up. And these are all her wish fulfillments. I mean, all her wishes are fulfilled. She just needs to rub a lamp and out they come. But when we're manifesting, there is an emotional vibration that we put out there. So like, I want to win the lottery is always one, right? And I want to win the lottery. I definitely want to win the lottery. But if I put a vibration out there of like, nobody ever wins the lottery, then I can't win the lottery, because that's just how manifestation works. And I kind of feel like she is vibrating, I want to win the lottery. And as a result, you know, law of attraction, she will get the lottery. It's kind of, but I just do feel like this is a vibration manifestation card, where he's attained all of this stuff. It just, she's just getting everything her heart desires is kind of how and I say heart desires, and I look at the eye and the heart, and I'm like, Eyes desires. Okay, I'm moving on. 10 of Cups. Happy, beautiful world, grateful for everything. Beautiful, beautiful. Ooh, Page of Cups. These are empathic, innocence. He is truly authentic and completely himself. I love this. This is such a great deck. What a great deck. Okay. The Knight of Cups. Oh, they've got him as a crab, but I've always kind of thought of cups as any of the water signs, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I don't know. There's other cards that you would. I mean, this probably is strong Cancer, right? Because Cancers come at you with their mushy middle. Anyways, at least it is for this card. On here, we've got fishies on here too. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That is our Knight of Cups. But in this deck, it's definitely more Cancer. hand. All right. Now we have the Queen of Cups. I almost feel like she's manifesting new love, right? It's almost like her cup is held up to kind of go back to the well. We've got all this water around her. All right, moving on. I don't need to describe every cup or every card. Every card. Aww. The King of Hearts. Oh, he's got like a wolf on here. And on here, he's got a fish for Pisces. So, I do like the use of some of the symbolism, and I like the use of the reinvention, I guess, of the symbolism in the Rider-Waite. So, Ace of Swords. This is our new messages, new communication. I don't know why these roses make me think of the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland, because she paints all of her roses red, right? Two of Swords, decisions. Three of Swords, grieving, broken heart. Four of Swords, rest. I like this way better than this. This looks like somebody's dead. Nobody rests like that unless they're dead. But meditating, you know, protecting your core self. She's in her... There is a geometric shape here. I mean, she fits into the triangle, right? Oh, I see. She's in a pyramid. When I do my meditations, that's exactly how I feel. But I guess I don't think of it as like a rest, but it is a stillness. You do find some inner peace and some stillness. So I think I might even think of this when I read this card in a reading as inner peace or stillness. The Five of Swords. All his friends left him. This feels like rejection. 100%. Just because I know this card, right? And the difference between the two immediately is like, it is this guy, but he's been rejected by everybody else. All the swords are broken. All the relationships are broken. No more communication. I'm like... To me, this is like somebody broke up with. This is rejection. I'm gonna read this card for sure as rejection. That's just what it says to me. It speaks to me. Let me know what it says to you. You know, any of these cards that you're like, I don't really take it that way, or I don't really see it that way. What do you see? What do you see? Tell me in the comments. Yeah, we all learn together, right? We all inspire one another. She almost looks like she's getting away. I don't want to say she's fleeing, but she's riding out into the sunset. Into her freedom is kind of what I feel there. This, I've always said, is safe passage. So if you decide to go a certain direction, it's safe to go. And yeah, she's riding off into the sunset. So definitely a voyage of some sort. Seven of Swords. Deception. This just makes me think of Cobra Kai. If anybody's watching the old Karate Kid stuff that turned into a TV show on, is it YouTube? It might be on Netflix now too. Yeah, that's an interesting card. I don't know a lot of symbolism about the Cobra, but I'll bet it has something to do with cheating. All right, then we've got the Eight of Swords. I mean, the way she's pinned down there with those knives, I'm going to be very nice and just say it looks like somebody who's on a wheel of a magic show who somebody throws knives at them. just saying. Because that's supposed to be trapped by your own thoughts and your own thinking. And, yeah. Trapped herself. I'm like, I suppose she could like put all of those in the ground or put herself like that. I mean, it's pretty loose ribbon, and I mean, that's essentially, it's like we're tying ourselves down maybe. I don't know. I'll have to work with that one more. Anxiety. This looks like an anxiety card 100%. So does this one, but I'm digging this. I like this. You know, I like to see faces more. We all do. I think it's a biological thing. Oh, she just looks betrayed. Her eyes are open. She's bleeding. Her hair is the blood, right? And to me, this just looks like betrayal. You know, some readers will say that this card is like a new beginning because that's dead. But here, she just like, half of her body kind of is like asleep, or in shadow, and the other half is just utterly betrayed, is kind of what it looks like to me. But the blood is not really blood. If you look, it's actually her hair. And she almost has like a Harley Quinn kind of coloring from the cartoons with the red and the black and the gray. Okay. Page of Swords. Oh, she's pretty. She is very, very pretty. Knight of Swords. Got a bird or a dove here on the hilt. The Queen of Swords. King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. So, Pentacles. Oh, I'm not even noticing that there are not pentacles on some of these cards. The swords are on every card. Wands. Cups. Yeah. This is the first one that has a pomegranate. So I think this is just going to be earthy things. But pomegranate, I think when I said earlier that I forgot, I think it means abundance. Pretty sure it means abundance. Because there's lots of little seeds in there, in a pomegranate. So new wealth, new material kind of thing is what I would kind of, that's what I think of the Ace of Pentacles. But it looks like they're using kind of earthy kind of stuff to describe the Pentacles. We've got the Yin and Yang, the Two of Pentacles. So it must just be, yeah, I don't know. Oh, I see. Okay, here's the star for the pentacle. But I think they're using a circular shape, at least right off the bat. We're looking at this for the first time together, so I'm just guessing. So we got the Yin and the Yang and the infinity sign for the Two of Pentacles. We've got, I like this depiction. There are no pentacles in this. But I do like this depiction of people working together, you know, or yeah, they're a hive mind, people working together to accomplish a goal. Four of Pentacles. She is locking stuff down. She's locked down her mind, her heart, her hands. That's what I see when I look at this. And I've never ever looked at the Four of Pentacles like that before. She is just keeping everything close to the vest. So, interesting. Interesting how they chose to depict pentacles. It's so different than the rest of the deck. These look like grieving hearts to me. This is like that is the first thing that kind of comes to mind. Oftentimes these people, sometimes, you know, it's depicted as they're walking away in the cold, that they're walking away from help. But I almost feel like these are grieving hearts. There's nothing that can be done to help is kind of how I am. You know, sometimes we have to let the things that we love go to make ourselves better is kind of how I'm interpreting that card. Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving in balance. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, all right. So for me, this feels like nesting, right? When you're planning for a baby, you want to get the baby room all ready for him, and because she's clearly pregnant. You know, I've always kind of thought of this card as like planting your seeds, planning for your goals. She's preparing the way for new life, new passion. Very interesting how they are doing pentacles in this deck. Pentacles being represented in this one by gems, and this one, I want to say by knowledge, right? Because these are the shapes that we provide to kids. They're also actual sacred geometry type stuff in these shapes, I believe, it looks like to me. But yeah, I almost feel like you're investing in knowledge and preparation, in this case for a child. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, the 8 of Pentacles. Ooh, all the masks we wear, right? That's the first thing that came to mind for me. Typically, this card depicts like lots of hard work. I'll have to work with this deck more. Actually, you know what? Let's read what her depiction of this is, because this is so different from this. It is just so different. All right. 8 of Pentacles, mastering a craft, apprenticeship, mastery, application of skills, developing abilities, creating a body of work. So I think this one is his body of work. We just don't see him creating anything. It also means virtuosity, taking on an identity. So the many masks that people wear. Perseverance, dexterity, artistic voice, making space for creativity. So, very cool. 9 of Pentacles. Oh, she is bossed up. She's fabulous. She's elegant. She's abundant. She's like the single empress. All right. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. I feel Tree of Life kind of stuff happening here with these different color centers, or the way that they are. I've kind of always felt like the Tree of Life kind of thing here with the way the Pentacles are in the Rider-Waite as well, but it feels like they have duplicated that precisely. With the castle off in the distance instead of in it, I'm not really sure how to read it other than a normal 10 of Pentacles, because this is just like supreme abundance to me. Everything is happy. It's like your love, your wealth, your faith, you're abundant in all things. So to me, it's weird to see this off in the distance. Because I feel like the 10 is attainment. So just different. Okay, Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is usually like the smart kid who studies a lot and reads a lot. Capricorn. This is my daughter. For sure. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. He just kind of holds the fort down, I feel like. He's management. He makes sure everything is operational, running smoothly. We're not caught off guard or by surprise. Basically what the Page of Pentacles grows up to be. And then we have our Queen of Pentacles, who is very similar to the Empress. The Empress, I feel, is like very sexy. And the Queen of Pentacles, I feel, is like super mature and very abundant, very loving and nurturing. Tapped into her intuition for sure. But I like how they use the crystals here to kind of depict something earthly instead of just a pentacle. Very interesting that they chose not to go with any particular theme, just kind of earthy stuff. And then the King of Pentacles, last but not least, right? So very cool. Beautiful deck. Beautiful deck. Let me know how you feel about this deck and what you think. Oh, look at that. It's party time. I just split the deck right into the Three of Cups here. Trying to move it over here. If you like my video, please like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you all so much for watching and subscribing and sharing, because that means I can keep doing this. Yeah. Anything that resonated for you, let me know in the comments. But thanks so much for watching, and have a blessed, wonderful day.